incredible with what he's done. Senator, would you join us up front for a quick photo? And then stand while I say a few words. Please, Marty, please join us for a photo. Okay, everyone, snap away.
Paparazzi, I love it. I love it.
Okay, everyone, let me say a few words and get this amazing event started officially. Steve, thank you for your time. Canada.
Listen to Kamala. You think you're on planet Mars. The woman is out to lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, she wants to expedite the illegal immigrants that have come across the border. She wants to expedite, legalize it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not the way to do it. There has to be a process. My parents came from Ireland. They had to have a job and they had to have a sponsor.
Filled with passion for this great victory to bring everyone together, Democrats and Republicans, that I thank Chair Valenron for reminding me of a little brief fact here that is important. It's hardly little. I mentioned Congress, I mentioned State Senate, I mentioned the State Assembly, I mentioned, of course, the President.
To have a veto in the Senate, we need a veto in the Senate.
I like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, just look around. Look around. It's going to be my 11th campaign. 11th campaign. I've never seen a room as diverse as this room right now, right here. We have people of common sense with so many different backgrounds in this room.
Who did we start with a long time ago? What was his name? Senator Golden? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with a strong, strong presence, Marco Kepi.
Like the chairman said, my name is Marco Kepi. I'm a proud U.S. Marine, and I've had the great honor of having my first political job for the greatest senator in the state of New York, Senator Marty Golden.
Absolutely. Marty, 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 You're coming out of retirement, Marty.
When people tell me why you're in politics, why you're running, it's very simple. The first day that I worked for Senator Marty Golden, our first event, I'll never forget that day, it was for Guilt for Exceptional Children. These are children with special needs, now they're adults. And I remember when I walked into that room, the moment they saw Senator Golden, they all lined up. It was about 30 of them, and each and every one of them was hugging him and thanking him for what he has done for them and for their programs. And I get goosebumps every time I think about it. You know, these were people with special needs, and they appreciated and they understood what Senator Golden did for them. And that's when I learned the love of politics. That actually the word politician a lot of times is a bad word, but that's when I saw the good side of politics and what a politician is supposed to do. So thank you, Senator Golden, for empowering me. New York, as Senator Golden said 3 years ago, crime was much lower. Now crime is skyrocketed. You know, it's completely terrible, and it's because of these radical Democrats, Marxists, as the chairman said, that they completely went off the track. They're no longer regular blue-collar Democrats. They're so far to the left that it's destroying the state. No cash bail, giving criminals more rights than police officers. You know, police officers are afraid to do their job because right away, you know, they're the ones that get blamed for everything. God forbid they take the perp and they handle him a little too rough. You know, there's all sorts of allegations and lawsuits. So they're even afraid to do their job and do a great job protecting our city. The small amount of people that we have serving as police officers, less than 30,000 this year. And we have 9 million people in this city. They do an absolutely amazing job. So I thank the NYPD for everything that they do. But in order for them to lower those numbers, they need elected officials in the Senate and the Assembly to have their back.
Yes.
They need elected officials to make sure when a criminal gets arrested, they don't walk out before they go into the precinct. They need to make sure that when these police officers are doing their job, they're not afraid to go after the criminal. They're not afraid that something's going to happen to them or their families. We need to have their back 100% because they have our back even when we're sleeping. And that's why we have to support our police officers and our special, everyone that protects the city.
Veterans, and our veterans.
And our veterans. You know, when I talk about our veterans, it's a shame. You know, as a Marine, I worked in the shelters with the illegal migrants, brand new hotels. They get everything for free. I remember they got free iPhones, free iPads, free internet for 3 years. These rooms were like phenomenal. You know, I still serve in the Marines. If you see some of our barracks, it's embarrassing. It's like mold and they're complete garbage. But these illegal migrants are being prioritized over our veterans. Some of our veterans, believe it or not, they were evicted from their homes,
It's
from their shelters,
unacceptable.
to put in illegal migrants, and they had no option. So as elected officials, it is our job to make sure that those that fought and sacrificed for this country, lost legs, arms, you know, they have all sorts of problems because they serve this country. They should be taken care of. They should be a priority, and not those that break the law. And in closing, like everybody else said, thank you. If it wasn't for you guys, we would not be able to be here. I want to thank you all for getting us on the petition. I want to thank a lot of you who donated to my campaign for helping us get matching funds. And I'm going to thank you again on Victory Night when we knock on every door and make sure that we win and we turn this upside down state of our right side up. So thank
Thank
you.
you to Marco Kepi. Now, please remember, we're almost over with the words.
New York City in the 70s and the 80s. You know where we were. You weren't here. You can watch a movie like The Warriors, The Wanderers, and that is a pretty accurate determination. And I look around us here, you know, 5 of us here, starting with the senator. Richie worked alongside me in the Transit Police Department and then the Transit Bureau. Steve Chan's a transit cop, and now Marco has decided to follow through, and he is a present, on leave, New York City police officer. So he is thinking of the battle. You know, and for 20 years, starting in 1989, we worked our butts off to try to bring crime down by addressing quality of life violations. We had 20 great years of doing that.
I want to talk to you about Democrats coming to vote on the Republican conservative lines. And it starts like this. We need to hold our policymakers accountable. It's not the people who choose this progressive Democrats to make these crazy policies.
On November 5th, my name would not be on the ballot. But it's not the time to relax for anyone here. If you're really, really upset and angry at open borders, migrant crisis, homelessness crisis, mental health crisis, if you know that we cannot easily ride on a subway without like looking around what's going on, or like, you know, like some subways, trains, I'm using train every day. Every time I'm on a train, I consider it I'm in a different country, you know, like.
Give us a few words, Nico. Thank you. No, it's an honor to be with you, Nico. You're always with us.
Good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here with you. It's diversified people here. It's from all the parts of Brooklyn and nationalities and race. So I just need to wanted to thank you, the organizers, to be here and to represent the Georgian community, which is now 5 times more in a couple of years, and we are kind of the new raising community for Republican Party here, representing the mostly conservative views and values and mentality from Georgia, one of the conservative country in the world. So what we have in common, we have the values, was very important thing. So I'm really happy to represent this nation here, and tell you that we now need only one thing: to unite our forces, unite our nations, our communities. And I always was saying that New York, it's the big place for all nations and all communities, and all the way to win in this city and this state, open the doors in each small, bigger and larger communities, ethnic communities we have. So let's do this together.
Thank you, Nico. And a very, very big thank you to the Georgian American Republican Alliance for always looking to help our candidates, to support us, and for bringing us into unity. Thank you.
Thank you.